This is a Powtoons presentation about the relationship that Jesus and the outcasts shared. Introduction. During Jesus' time, there were many outcasts. They were usually isolated from society, but Jesus included them when no one wouldn't. They then followed him. The different kinds of outcasts. Prostitutes were outcasts. Definite outcasts were the lepers. Tax collectors were also seen as outcasts. Women were considered outcasts. Sick people. The 12 disciples of Jesus. The 12 were chosen by Jesus. They were not high and mighty nor righteous people, but in Jesus' eyes, they were the ones who would be his special followers. Matthew 8, chapter 8, verses 1 to 4. In this passage, a leper begs Jesus to heal him. Jesus heals the leper. In this New Testament passage, Jesus calls Matthew, the tax collector, also known as Levi, to be one of his 12 disciples. Jesus then eats with him and other sinners and tax collectors. The concept of the New Testament passages. Outcasts were begging for someone to help. Jesus was the only one that offered help to them. After helping them, the outcasts became followers of Jesus. Mark Roberts source. Roberts mentions the types of outcasts that Jesus associated with. They were tax collectors, women, and lepers. While everyone else excluded them, Jesus included them and he taught them. G.R. Tashjian source. Tashjian talks about Jesus talking with a Samaritan woman at a well. Jesus broke boundaries by talking to the woman. Also, he tells about Jesus being anointed by the sinful woman. Mark Taylor source. Back in Jesus' time, it was disgraceful to touch a leper. However, Jesus did not care at all. Jesus broke the norms and touched lepers. These actions implied that outcasts are included too. Dr. Rembert Truluck source. While the outsiders were excluded by everyone else, Jesus included them. Jesus even included the thief on the cross who died with him. The people blamed someone's sickness on the sins they committed. That didn't matter to Jesus. Parable of the lost sheep. Jesus was with sinners and Pharisees. The Pharisees questioned him on why he was with sinners. Jesus told a parable about a sheep that got lost, but its caretaker found the sheep and rejoiced. Parable of the lost coin. Jesus told another story to the Pharisees. He said a woman lost a coin. She looked for it without giving up. She finally found the coin and she rejoiced with her friends and neighbors. Parable of the prodigal son. Jesus told the Pharisees the final parable. The youngest son squandered the money his father gave him. The son became poor and decided to come back. When the father saw him, the father hugged him and rejoiced, and he threw a party. Concept of the parables. The point of the parables were to show that Jesus will never stop looking for the lost, like the sinners and tax collectors. Jesus will keep running to them until they are found or back to him.
created using Powtoon.